This one's for John Holstein. Since I couldn't get on the boat today, I wasn't allowed for his funeral services because they're all bozos over there. Ones that basically, I couldn't go because of what they would say, not me. I'll go respect, if I want to go respect a friend of mine's that we go way back. I mean, when I was a little kid. But I have a story of him. Like I remember the first time I met John on a gentleman. I was probably 14 years old, 13, and he's known for halibut. I mean, after I got to know him, but I'm new to the boats. Really, I'm just fishing them. That's it. I'm not working on them. I'm just kind of becoming a regular at a young age, and I remember if you know John Host, he has his long, long like a blonde white hair. He just like swinging it around. That was my first like vision, like the first view I got of him. And we're rock fishing. We're somewhere down the coast, and back then the depths were limited, and I didn't know better. I mean, I think I was so green that I wasn't even hitting the bottom. But he comes running. He has this 9 foot rod with this 2 3 pound mackerel on, and I'm just looking at him. And he has about a 2 pound weight at least, and I'm looking at him, and I'm I'm just like thinking in my mind, this man ain't gonna catch shit with this fucking with this this setup. I mean, I'm just like he comes like I said, running with this mackerel, big old massive mackerel, this big old wave, the long rod, just swinging his hair. You know, he goes out, and I'm fishing the bow. He launches it off the bow, and I mean, hits it. 2 3 minutes later, he just he got something on. I'm just like, no way. This is just crazy. I don't believe it. So I mean, sure enough, I mean, he's pulling on this thing. 5 10 minutes later, it comes up, and I'm watching it, and I'm just looking at it, and I'm like, whoa, it's just coming up in big circles. How these rockfish come up, and I'm just looking at it, and I just can't believe what I'm looking at. And it was a massive cow cod. I don't know the record, but they said it was 35 pounds. And when I told him about it later on, and he's like, yeah, I remember that. He didn't say it wasn't, but all fishermen, want their stories of their fish to be larger. But this is a big old massive cod, and I was just I was freaking just amazed. I never seen one. I wasn't catching. I was probably catching like fish that were 3 4 inches long. Honestly, I don't really think I was hitting the bottom. I mean, I had a setup from Sears, um, with the pen reel and a big old like a broomstick, pretty much for a rod, and that was the first story I ever got of him, man. And I got many other stories later on of that man fishing halibut, and he was one of the greatest halibut fishermen I've ever been around. And I remember Tad at the time would always talent point over there, and he'd go cast out, and sure enough, he'd bring one up, and it was just like I was fortunate and blessed to be around the Masons, the Holsties, Tom Lucas, Tad, Issei. These guys were like excellent fishermen. And later on, as I started working, it was El Nino, and we were catching so much tropical fish at that time, like gallows down the coast, fly line, yo yo, whatever. I mean, it was just like as a little kid, and the experience it made me like so good to work on deck. I mean, working on a boat with 40 to 70 people and catching these big fish. I mean, it was crazy, but But I mean, we John Hosey was a friend, and he used to be in real estate, and he always told me, whenever you buy your first car, you come and talk to me, and we'll make it happen. And our trips to Avila Beach, going to fish, going to fish albacore, and then one time we ended up in Monterey. We had to go get a room. There was like 10 of us. And that was the famous post. It would be hilarious. It was hilarious how everybody looked at everybody and how everybody treated everybody. It was just a different era where everybody kind of everyone looked out for each other, and the sport fishing world, and that's what intrigued me. But good times. Rest in peace, Hosey. Hopefully he's in a better place.